Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riverside Park in Hudson, Massachusetts for the semifinals of the Zone 5 Chairman's Cup. As today, we have a Zone 5 matchup of Lowell Post 87 and Ashland Post 77. And it should be a good battle here today. Tom Nappy alongside Larry Sacklad. Steve Watson will also be joining us on the broadcast. Tom Cavanaugh is on the hill, getting loose and ready to go. And why don't we take a look at the Lowell lineup. We got Jeremy De La Cruz, the shortstop, starting it off. Ryan Cloutier, the center fielder, hitting second. Jacob Pinn, the catcher, hitting third. Andrew Schnevert, the third baseman, hitting cleanup. Tyler Normandy, the right fielder, hitting fifth. Forrest Nelson, the DH, hitting sixth. Pat Crowley, first baseman, hitting seventh. Colin Arsenault, the second baseman, hitting eighth. Harper Sousey, the left fielder, hitting ninth. And Luke Deschanel is the pitcher for Lowell. With the Ashland defense, here is Larry Sacklad.
Perfect, Tom. Duchesne. All right, at third base, Connor Cowan. At shortstop, Tyler Dossis. Mason Dushne at second base. At first base, Matt Neal. Left to right, Shea Donovan, Sammy Farrell, and Nick Calabrese. Luke Herder behind the plate tonight, catching Dom Cavanaugh.
And there you have it. Ashland got the win last night against Newton, a wild 14-8 game. They overcame a 6-1 deficit to come away with the victory.
It was an ugly game for those of you who watched it. Sorry, we just produce these things. We don't play.
And what we could tell you, since Natick won the first game here today by a final of 7-0 over North Chelmsford, since they are the host of the state portion of the Chairman's Cup tournament, the winner of this game, no matter what happens in the Zone 5 championship of the Chairman's tournament, will be going to the state portion. So it's pretty much win and in here tonight.
Lose and go home.
That's right.
Well, it looks like Lowell's going to start off with a little bit of speed at the top of their lineup. They have a rather large lineup in terms of physical stature. De La Cruz is pulling up the rear, but I'm sure he's got plenty of wheels. And he's a shortstop, so he's got good feet.
He certainly does. As he steps in and awaits the first pitch. And this is hit in the air right side, and it is caught for out number one. One pitch, one out.
It's going to be sad to see Nick Calabrese not with Post 77 next year, aging out. The same thing with Dom Cavanaugh on the mound. We've had a lot of fun with those two.
Ryan Cloutier steps in. Swing and a miss.
Oh, Dom must have got some energy from the beach or something.
I think so. He had a nice vacation, but arrived just in time today for the game. And this is hit in the air right side, and it is going to be caught for out number two. We don't have the best camera view of the right side, but we'll do our best here.
Well, you're working the camera, so get busy. Jacob Pinn is going to step in and face Dom Cavanaugh, number 3 hitter.
Cavanaugh set to deal, and that is outside for ball one.
We'll figure out what the umpire's strike zone is after an inning or so. That way we can bellyache a little bit if we don't like the call.
Wind up and the pitch. And that's fouled away behind the backstop. 1-1. Set to deliver. Little low.
probably the best mound that Dom Cavanaugh's pitched on all year. They really did a nice job elevating that mound to resemble a major league mound.
2-1 the count. And this is up the left side, picked up by the third baseman. It's ruled foul. That'll make it 2-2.
This is as hard as I've seen Dom throw this year. I don't know. Maybe the rest rejuvenated him. Steve Watson, I don't know where he is, but there's a pop-up behind home plate. Catcher Herder goes back and overruns it.
Yeah, he lost it.
Ball came spinning back on him, and he just overran it.
Count remains 2-2.
That'd be 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Jacob Pinn with Andrew Chenever on deck. Foul tip. Luke Herder had a great game behind the plate last night. Not too much running on with the Newton club.
And this is hit in the air, foul territory. Herder going back for it. It's out of play. And the battle continues on with Jacob Pinn and Dom Cavanaugh.
Yeah, Ashland did shut down Newton's run game. They did have base runners, but between Dawsus and Owen Radcliffe, they held them in check. A couple of stolen bases, but Ashland 77 ran wild.
They certainly did. They got the bats going, and they didn't stop after that third inning, really. And this is on the ground, gloved by the shortstop, throw to first, and it's in time for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 they go. To the bottom of the first we go. After a half inning of play, it is a scoreless game on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAT. And we are ready for the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the post 77 lineup. Mason Dushney, the second baseman, will lead things off. Sam Farrell, the center fielder, batting second. Matt Neal, the first baseman, hitting third. Dom Cavanaugh, the pitcher, hitting cleanup. Shea Donovan, the left fielder, hitting fifth. Connor Cowan, the third baseman, hitting sixth. Tyler Dawsus, the shortstop, hitting seventh. Luke Herder, the catcher, hitting eighth. And Nick Calabrese, the right fielder, hitting ninth. With the Lowell defense, here is Larry Sacklaff.
Post 87's defense is third baseman Andrew Chevrolet, Jeremy Dela Cruz at shortstop, Colin Arsenal to the second baseman. Pat Crowley at first. Harper Saucy. Actually, it's Saucy. Ryan Cloutier in center field. Tyler Normandy in right. Jacob Pinn behind the plate. Catching Luc Deschanel.
Overall records for these teams: Ashland is 13-4 overall. Lowell is 6-8.
They had a tough time this year. They were cellar dwellers for the longest time, hanging around with one win. They're a better team than that.
That pitch a little bit low. 1-0.
Watching Deschanel warm up before the game, looked like he had a pretty good breaking pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Showed it there. And a decent heater.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was throwing hard in warm-ups. And this is hit in the air over to center field. That'll drop in for a hit. And Dushne's aboard at first base with a leadoff single.
He hung in there on that breaking pitch. Dimensions here at Riverside Park, 333 down the left field line. And 355 down the right field line.
And Sam Farrell steps in. He takes a strike.
Slow hook from Deschanel.
Wide up and the pitch. And this is on the ground, up the middle, glove by the second baseman, throw over, and he beat it out.
Good play by Dela Cruz, but ball was hit in the hole, and Sam Farrell just had too much speed. Dushney was taken off.
No outs. Matt Neal steps in. And time is called by the pitcher.
Last night was a little bit crazy with the Newton defense. They weren't holding the runners on at second base, and they had a free path to third base for some steals, easy steals, grandmother steals.
Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike.
Neal had a good game last night.
He certainly did. He had multiple hits last night. Wind up and the pitch. And this is up the right side. Glove by the second baseman. Throw to first. And they get the out, but both runners already on base advance. Dushney up to third. Farrell up to second. One away. Dom Cavanaugh to the plate.
Well, Neal did his job. He moved the runners over. Alex Cora would like that.
Absolutely. Set to deal. Ooh, that hit him. Bases loaded.
There he goes. He's going to sprint down to first base. That's their thing. If they get hit by a pitch, they don't walk, they don't hobble. They sprint.
Shea Donovan steps in.
Bases juiced with one out.
Swing and a miss.
That ball had some giddy up on it, huh, Tom?
Certainly did. Deschanel deals. Little outside, says the home plate umpire. 1-1.
Fans don't like it. I like it. It's a good call.
Wind up and the pitch. There's a called strike, 1-2.
He's got decent location, Deschanel. Maybe a letter high fastball, he'd put him back on the bench.
Swing and a miss, and that is out number 2.
How about an Uncle Charlie? Put him back on the bench.
I'll bring up Connor Cowan.
Cowan playing third base tonight from his usual shortstop position.
He's been effective with the bat. Had some defensive struggles at shortstop.
Oh, yeah?
Foul into the backstop.
Yeah, last 2 games it was tough on him defensively, but mark of a good player is how you bounce back.
And this is hit in the air, right side, and it is caught for the third out. So despite loading the bases, they come up scoreless and will head to the top of the second. It's a scoreless game between Lowell and Ashland and this Chairman's Cup Zone 5 semifinal on HCAN, WACA, and HCAT.
Oh, my.
Top of the second inning, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Lowell. Andrew Chenevert, Tyler Normandy, and Forrest Nelson. Line up and the pitch. And that's to tip foul, 0-1. He deals down low.
You watch Dom throw. He does not have a long delivery. He doesn't bring that arm back by his knee like Josh Beckett used to do. Sort of short arms it to the plate.
And this is hit in the air over to center field, and it is caught for out number 1.
Sounded nice.
Sam Farrell in the right place at the right time. That'll I'll bring up Tyler Normandy. Nice night out here tonight in Hudson. Temperatures in the lower 70s. Going to drop to the 60s as the game goes on.
Oh, come on, Blue.
There's a strike.
That was a little late call there, but I appreciate the strike call.
Wind up and the pitch. Down low.
You see what I mean, Tom? He sort of throws it from behind his ear. It doesn't go way back with his arm.
Leg lift and the pitch. Down low. 2-1.
And, you know, that may come from his football playing. He was the star quarterback for Ashland High when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. He was the MVP.
Dom and Jackson Hornung were big parts of that team. And that is slightly outside, 3-1.
And Brandon Grover, we can't forget him.
Absolutely.
Who went to Salve Regina.
Yeah, a little low. The walk is drawn.
First base runner for Lowell.
1 on, 1 out. Forrest Nelson to the plate.
Run, Forrest, run. He's not up there to bunt, that's for sure.
There's a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Dom bringing the heat.
Yeah, he's got a little something tonight. Don't know what it was.
Down low. 1-2.
Dom, University of New Hampshire, sophomore.
Time called. A late time call. Granted to the hitter.
Won't be surprised if he sees a little barbershop for calling time.
And there's a strike. Out number 2.
Have a seat, Forrest.
We'll bring up Pat Crowley, the first baseman.
Great uniforms on the Lowell squad, I got to say.
They are nice. There's a strike.
If my theory is correct, the team with the nicest uniforms wins. So Ashland might want to pack up now. They catch the 8 o'clock news, pick over on a time. Dom Kavanagh literally got here 10 minutes before game. Coach Jake Obed was shrugging his shoulders. I don't know who I'm going to pitch.
Slightly outside.
You think? Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
1-1.
Not a big lead over there for Normandy. Being held on by Neal.
Wind up and the pitch. And that's fouled off. One and 2 count.
I don't think Dom's hit the 20 pitch mark yet. Second inning.
And that gets away. Runner from first is going to advance. 70 now at second on the wild pitch.
Ashland will have Dawes, Herder, and Calabrese when they get up.
And this is hit high in the air over to center field towards the fence, and it's caught by Farrell for the third out. And that will wrap up the top of the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. We are scoreless here at Riverside Park in Hudson in this Chairman's Cup semifinal on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAP. Bottom of the second inning, 7, 8, and 9 due up for post 77. Tyler Dawes, Luke Herder, and Nick Calabrese. Outside, 1-0.
Duchesneau has shown fastball and a couple of different wrinkles of a curve so far.
Wind up and the pitch.
Oh.
The umpire didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it either, but I'll take it.
Set to deliver. Outside. 3-0 the count. There's a strike. 3-1.
Will get me over fastball.
Down low, and he draws the walk. That'll bring up Luke Herder, the catcher.
Pin looks like he's got some catching skills. He's got quiet hands behind the plate. Dawes with not great speed at first.
And this is up the left side and bobbled by the third baseman, and everyone's safe.
I know you're a generous scorer, Tom, but that's E5.
I would have to say.
He likes to hand out hits like Halloween candy. You know what I mean?
No, you got to give that the error.
Mr. Bunt himself. Maybe they got him scouted. He bunted last night in the sixth inning, up 6 runs or 7 runs. I was shocked.
And there's a bunt there, and it's a slow roller picked up, throw to first. And
he got him.
They got him. Just got him. Dawes advances to third, however. Herder to second. And that'll bring up Mason Dushney to the plate.
Yeah, these Legion teams don't do a lot of scouting of our YouTube broadcast, so they'd know that he was up there to bunt the 9-hitter.
Wide up and the pitch. Into the backstop. 0-1.
Dusty singled his first time up.
Two on, one out. Line up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Post 77 had bases loaded in the first, but Lowell was able to get out of it unscathed.
That curveball. Been freezing the Ashland hitters. Good call by Dushney. You can only hold that bat up for so long before it starts to get heavy.
Set to deliver. Swing and a miss, and they get him. And he is not happy. 2 away. That'll bring up Sam Farrell. Farrell had a single in the first inning.
He had a triple last night, a bomb, and he was a blur around the bases. I don't know whether the camera, you were fast enough with the camera to catch him from base to base.
It is 50-50 shot. There's a strike on a breaking pitch.
He's another kid we'll miss seeing.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
He's set up for a curveball now.
Deschanel trying to battle his way out once again. Inside.
A little head hunting there. Nothing intentional, of course, but might back Sam off the plate.
Here's the 1-2. And this is hit in the air over to center field, and it is caught to retire the side in the bottom of the second. As we head to the third, we are scoreless in this Chairman Cup semifinal game on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAT.
Top three, Lowell sends Colin Arsenault to the plate. Kavanaugh has thrown 29 pitches. Ball low. Arsenault, the second baseman for Lowell, post 87. Outfield playing him straight up. Ball in the dirt again. 2 balls.
This one right there for you.
Yeah, right. I mean, little delay call, but that's his MO. Right back to the box. Kavanaugh runs over. Just to make sure he doesn't throw it away, flips the kneel, and Arsenault is retired. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. Ball low. He's been low this inning.
3 out of 4 so far. I need to get it up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to get it up. Got to get it up. That's the key to pitching.
Not that far up.
No. You still got time if you're at home. If you're in the general vicinity. Nice night out.
Yep. Plenty of good seats available.
Right. If you're watching on YouTube and it's snowing out, don't worry about it. Snow will be there in the morning. Ball low. Either way, you win. I'm not shoveling snow. Forget it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Some little kid will knock on the door tomorrow. Or you do like I do, just back over the pile. Wait for it to melt in the spring. Kavanaugh the plate. That's a walk for Sousey.
Yeah, he really thought about going to second, too.
Yeah, that would have been sort of a mistake, but it looks like he's got some speed, so we'll see what Dom does in terms of keeping him close. They did send a run earlier. Send a runner, excuse me. Yeah, the runner going, little hit and run. Not a bad job hitting from the 9-hitter.
Solid piece right there. Now you got first and second with only 1 out. Good chance here for Lowell.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Dela Cruz. Herder held that one there. He thought he had a strike. Gave the umpire an extra second look, but he said no, thank you. Ground ball to second base. Dustin flips to Dosses over to first. Oh. Lowell runner turned the bag, and Dushney threw behind him, and they got the runner at third base. Is that what you saw, Steve?
Well, the base umpire is not going to go for help, so he's not interested in making a change on the call. So that's I guess that settles that argument.
Yeah, he decided he wasn't going to be able to get a double play, so he threw behind the runner, who made sort of that cardinal mistake of turning third.
Yeah, I couldn't really see it from here if he dove back in on time or not, but obviously the umpire had him out. So,
well, that's the end of that half inning. You're watching American Legion Baseball on WACA, Ashland, HCAT, Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton. that was an interesting end to that half inning. We were talking about that while you were out getting a beverage. There's a fly ball in the left center field. The center fielder going back for that one, and that is going to be off the fence. Neal going to try for 3. Throw to cutoff man. He's going to have to eat it. Ball is overthrown. There's nobody at the home. Well, there was a little calamity of errors there. We can't give the catcher an error for abandoning home plate, but it really wasn't. It was the first baseman's job to cover home plate.
That throw had a little too much mustard on it.
Yeah, shortstop shouldn't have thrown it. He overthrew third base. And the pitcher was there, but he overthrew the pitcher too. And the catcher. There's a base hit to right field, and that's going to be a 2-bagger by Kavanaugh. Throw comes in, not in time. Dom Kavanaugh helping his cause.
Back-to-back hard-hit balls here.
Yeah. Well, Ashland, after stranding 5 runners in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, that's not something that you want to do. You don't want to strand 5 guys in the first 2 innings.
Well, but they got a run. They got a digit on the board. It's not a crooked number, but we'll take 1 digit.
It's a lot better than none.
Yeah, we go. It was a town meeting on the mound. I don't know whether they're thinking about spending their money. Well, we'll put a sewer down on Main Street. We'll dig a trench. Okay. So it's Shea Donovan with Tom Kavanaugh sitting on second base.
Sewers and trenches, huh?
Sewers and trenches. Well,
just make sure it's all covered up so, it doesn't destroy our tires.
I just don't understand what the discussion out there could have been. Do you're clairvoyant. What could it have been? Everybody's there. There's only a runner on second.
Could have been more to calm the pitcher down after two very hard hit balls.
5 guys out there. Calm down. Calm down. Up high. Donovan was running all around left field last night down at Ashland Middle School. Put a lot of miles on those cleats. Dom Kavanaugh doesn't have a greedy lead over there at second base, and the second baseman is making somewhat of an attempt to keep him close. There's a foul ball off to our right.
So you guys had no lights and no scoreboard yesterday. I was at the Brockton Rocks game yesterday, and they also right now have no lights and no scoreboard.
As it should be.
Down at
in Brockton.
Campanelli Stadium in Brockton. They have lights and a scoreboard, they just don't work.
Thomas Nappy and I called the game there. There's a bunt up the first base line. Duchesne gets the ball and gets the runner. Kavanaugh moves up to third base. But Tom and I called the game from the press box at Campanelli Stadium. We had press credentials and everything. We said, hey, we're the press. And it was Hopkins High School versus Westwood High School. The game was won by Hopkinton on their way to their state championship game up in, of all places, Lowell. There's a base hit in the right center field. Oh, no. That was a great catch. I thought that ball was dropping, but sacrifice fly works, scores Kavanaugh. Sorry about that, you folks at home. I thought that ball was going to drop.
All right, dude, that was a great catch, though.
Yeah. 2-0, Ashland. Some hard hit balls, right, Steve?
Yep.
They got nothing the first 2 innings, except runners. Do you see the Red Sox prospect that hit a home run off Korea in the Olympics? Not to change the subject or anything.
I did not see that.
Oh, he golfed it. He went down about a little below his shin high, and he hooked it over the right field foul pole in that empty stadium. This is going to be a little blooper over shortstop. And he makes the catch to the left fielder. I need some new glasses. Harper Sousey makes a pretty darn good catch out there in left. So when we return, it will be the top of the 4th inning. You are watching American Legion Baseball live on WACA Ashland, HCAT Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton.
Top of the 4th inning, 3, 4, and 5 due up. Jacob Flynn, Andrew Chenevert, and Tyler Normandy. Tom Mappy, Steve Watson on the call for this inning. Larry Sacklad also with us. A 2-0 post 77 lead. And both runs came at the bottom of the 3rd. An inside the park home run by Matt Neal. Of course, he actually advanced on an error, so it wasn't technically an inside the park home run.
Nice try, Tom.
A double by Dom Cavanaugh, and then he was driven in by Connor Coward on a sacrifice fly out to right field. And here comes Flynn, who is 0 for 1 so far today. Cavanaugh set to deal. And this is hit in the air over to right field. That'll drop in for a hit. So a leadoff single for Lowell. And now that'll bring up Andrew Chenevert, the 3rd baseman. Lowell looking to respond here. Little low. Well, Steve, it's nice to have a game where there's no chance of rain. Knock on wood.
First time in a month, it seems.
Certainly has. It's been a long July as that pitch down low. 2-0.
And just constant rain. It hasn't even felt like summer, really.
No, it's been a very different summer, especially if you want to compare it to last year. Wind up and the pitch. And a little low there. Nice block behind the plate by Herter. 3-0. Cavanaugh set the deal. And there's a walk. 2 on for Lowell, no outs. Flynn up to second. Chenevert to first. Normandy to the plate. Kavanaugh set to deal. There's a bunt, and it's popped up, and it's caught by Herder. 1 away. And the runners, of course, staying put on that.
And that's exactly what you don't want if you're Lowell. It's the exact opposite, actually.
I'll bring up Forrest Nelson, the DH. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. The lights are on to full strength here at Riverside Park. Set to deliver. There's a nice breaking pitch. 0-2. Slight lead by the runner at second. Time call. Kavanaugh set to deal. And that is chipped foul. 0-2. Well, it's nice to have some extra Legion baseball this season with the Chairman's Cup. They lift in the pitch. And there is strike 3, 2 away. I'll bring up Pat Crowley, the first baseman. Crowley flew out to center field in his only plate appearance back in the second inning. Wind up and the pitch. Outside. One-ando the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the 4th. Kavanaugh working from the stretch. Delivers. There's a nice pitch for a strike. So far, the offense in this game has been pretty much the polar opposite of yesterday's game. 14-8 final over Newton over at Ashland Middle School. There's a nice breaking pitch. 1-2. Kavanaugh's pitch is starting to dance a little bit, Steve.
And that's good. And so it's going to be you can get those pitches up in the zone.
And this is hit in the air right side, and it is going to be caught for the final out in foul territory, and that'll wrap up the top of the 4th after 3.5 innings. It is Lowell 0, Ashland 2 on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAT. Bottom of the fourth inning, 8, 9, and 1 due up for post 77 as Luke Herter will step in. Deschanel out there for another inning of work. Wind up and the pitch. In there for a strike, grabs the outer corner. 0-1. Herter, Calabrese, Dushney due up. And this is fouled away. Oh, and 2. Set to deliver. And this is ripped into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for Herter. That'll bring up Nick Calabrese. Takes that one inside, 1-0. Checking at first, runner back safe. And this is hit in the air, left side, in fair territory, and caught by a hustling Lowell fielder, which was Harper Saucy. Excuse me. Able to make the catch. That'll bring up Mason Dushney. So it's 1 on, 1 out for post 77. 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. That pitch outside. Wind up and the pitch. Checking at first, and it was close, but the runner back safe. Deschanel looks at first and is set to deal. And this is hit high in the air, right side, and it is caught for the out. 2 away. That'll bring up Sam Farrell. Farrell is 1 for 2 today. Single and flown out to center. There's a strike. Set to deliver. Inside. Just able to duck out of the way. 1-1. Slight lead at first for Herter. And the umpire didn't like that one. 2-1. Set to deliver. Outside. 3-1. Wind up and the pitch. And that's chopped foul into the backstop. That'll fill up the count. Well, the winner of this game will take on Natick tomorrow night in Natick at Mahan Field. And also go to the state tournament as well, since Natick automatically qualifies due to the fact they are the host team. And this is chopped up the middle, tracked down by the shortstop, and he'll throw to second, and it's not in time, and everybody's safe. And the Lowell fans not liking that call. And that was just a bit of a mishap there by the shortstop. But Farrell's so fast up that line, he hesitated to throw to first and try to get the out at second. And Matt Neal will come back up. What'd you think of that whole sequence, Steve?
It was very interesting.
And Lowell coach clearly not happy. And it looks like he just got tossed. And, of course, he'll get his 2 cents in now.
May as well, right?
Yep. Well, post 77 has 2 on, 2 outs. Matt Neal heading to the plate. He is grounded out and had a triple and scored on an error. That was part of the 2-run third inning. Has a big opportunity here to do some more damage. Takes a strike. Slight lead by the runners. And forced Deschanel to step off. Takes a long look at second. And delivers a strike there. Catcher threatened to throw down. 0-2. Herder at second, Farrell at first. A lot of speed on the base paths. Outside. This has the feeling of one of those classic Lowell Ashland Zone 5 rivalry games.
And there were a lot of those a couple years ago.
There's been a lot of them the last few years.
Yep. Of course, last year there was not due to COVID-19, unfortunately.
Line up and the pitch. And a little high, says the umpire. 2-2 the count. Set to deliver. And this is tattooed over to left field to the fence, and it'll roll all the way to the fence. Here comes 1 run in to score. Farrell flying down the third base path. He is in, and that is going to be a 2 RBI double for Matt Neal. And I don't think there's any doubt who the offensive star is so far tonight. A 4-0 lead now for post 77 with Dom Cavanaugh coming to the plate. And catcher, well, as the Lowell coach wants to talk to their pitcher. For the moment, it appears they're going to leave him in there. Or maybe. Can't tell if he took the baseball. did not. So we will continue on here in the bottom of the fourth. Dom Kavanaugh stepping in. Base runner on second. Matt Neal, who just drove in 2 runs. That ball was absolutely crushed, Steve.
Yeah, it sure was. And that's 2 straight that he's absolutely crushed.
That's fouled away by Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh tried to call a late time call, but was not granted.
Yeah, remember, the plate umpire does not have to grant time. There's no rule saying that he does. Most of them do, but...
It was a very late
Yeah,
call. Pitcher's mid-windup.
Exactly. And that puts up on safety, too.
That pitch slightly outside. Yep. 1-1. Yeah, usually if the pitcher's mid-windup, it's rare
Don't call
you'll
time,
get
yep.
it. Yep. And he turns towards second base. Neal back safely. Wind up in the pitch. Outside. 2-1. Set to deliver. Ooh, hits him. It'll be 2 on with 2 outs. That'll bring up Shea Donovan, the left fielder.
That's not the second time that Don's been hit by a pitch in this game.
You are correct. Back in the first inning and the fourth inning.
Yeah, but in his middle at bat, he did have a nice double and scored a run.
He did. Shea Donovan 0 for 2 so far today. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Set the deal. Outside, gets away from the catcher. The throw down to third. And they call him safe. Some good heads-up base running by Matt Neal. Kavanaugh stays at first. One and one. And now Kavanaugh is going to take off, and now he will get the steal to second base. The pitcher did not throw, as the post 77 trying to draw the throw to send Matt Neal home. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Some strategic base running there by Coach Obid. And there's a ball. Lowell does have warm-up action. They have Forrest Nelson getting loose. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. And he gets them and gets out of the inning with no further damage, but post 77 plates 2, and they lead it heading to the 5th. 4-0 on HCAM in Hopkinton, WACA TV in Ashland, and HCAT in Holliston. Heading into the top of the fifth, 54 pitches thrown by Dom Cavanaugh so far as he's set to face 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup. Colin Arsenal, Hopper Sousey, and Jeremy De La Cruz. And the first pitch is low, 4-1.
He can go to 115 pitches if he has to, right?
Yes, he can. I don't believe there's any restriction on him besides the rule.
Happened to run into the ejected Lowell manager out in the parking lot there while I was getting some M&Ms.
1-1, swing and a miss.
Asked him about his catcher. Complimented him on how quiet he is behind the plate, and I asked him what college he went to. He says he's just a junior. Ball low. Pretty impressive. Got good size, good arm.
Certainly does. 2-2 the count. Lined up and the pitch. And this is fouled off. Count remains 2-2.
They do have crummy seating out in the parking lot, though.
Leg lift and the pitch. And this is fouled away. Out of play it goes.
I think what the deal was, why he got tossed, was he thought that the runner had overslid the bag and his fielder tagged him. But he couldn't see that from the dugout.
And that's fouled away. The battle continues. Good battle here between Arsenault and Cavanaugh. I mean, it was a close play at second base.
And it's sort of that play at third base with
And that's foul behind us.
the Lowell runner sort of took off for home or wasn't paying attention, and Tyler Dossis threw behind him. So it was a tit for tat the Lowell manager wanted.
Cavanaugh deals. Swing and a miss, and he gets him. One away, that'll bring up Harper Sousey. Left fielder who is 0 for 1 today, or has a walk today.
How can you see in the dark like that? You part bat or what? What's your thing?
A night vision. Down low.
Like the guy in the basement from Silence of the Lambs? That kind of night vision?
That's right.
Jamie Gum. Tom Gum. Kavanaugh's cruising.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. I have to say, so far, this is one of the best performances of the season by Cavanaugh on the hill.
Oh, boy.
The umpire didn't bite. 2-1.
Dom wanted that one, too. And he was going to be a no-show. Coach Obid said, I don't know. Dominic might be here and might not be here.
And he couldn't hold the swing, and there's out number 2. And how about Cavanaugh tonight?
That was 2-2.
4 strikeouts. Oh, excuse me.
That's all right.
Correct.
You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, now it's 3-2. So there's 1 out. Still. Leg lift and the pitch. Ooh, close, but it's going to be a walk. So 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Jeremy De La Cruz. The leadoff man. He's 1 for 2 today. Flown out and singled.
Dom's got plenty of velo.
Line up and the pitch. Little high.
I think he's a little bit worried about the runner at first base when he should just be concentrating on the hitter. He's giving a couple of peeks over there at first base.
Set to deliver. There's a strike. 1-1.
De La Cruz couldn't like that call.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
That was a complete overmatch on that exchange.
Slight lead by the runner at first. And Kavanaugh checks in. He slides back safe.
He's got a good move.
He deals. And there's strike 3. 2 away. He reached up for that one.
It's like he was going fishing for a bass. Casting that bat out.
And that is the
Ron Popeil's
4th strikeout of the game for Kavanaugh. That'll bring up Cloutier.
Cloutier.
I think you are correct. Outside there, 1-0. 1 on, 2 outs.
Because Dom's used to throwing his football from behind his ear. You cover enough football, Tom.
Ooh, look out. I went behind the batter's ear. 2-0.
He's short to, he doesn't have a big, long throw over to first base with his arm. He just sort of snaps it.
Little outside, 3-0.
Nice to have a scoreboard.
Certainly is. There's a strike, 3-1. Kavanaugh going to have to battle back.
He competes every single pitch. He doesn't give in to anybody.
Down low, and the walk is drawn. So now it's 2 on with 2 outs.
Little visit by manager Jake Obit. Did I tell you Josh Fisher, the number 1 for Hopkinton, Fairfield University, incoming freshman, had Tommy John?
You did.
That's a tough break.
It certainly is. He will be missed next season.
By Fairfield. But he redshirts, so he gets his first year's worth of studies out of the way and work out. He'll be ready.
Yep. Well, I guess it's at least good he's getting it when he still has all 4 years of college left.
Very true.
Down low. That's Jacob Flynn, the catcher, who's 1 for 2 today.
Oh, is something wrong with the Ashland dugout? Nobody wants to sit in there.
Outside. I think they're just so used to sitting on the buckets that they like to keep their tradition going. Kavanaugh looks at second and delivers. There's a strike, 2-1.
Did you hear how Jackson Hornung did at Skidmore this year?
I did not.
Shame.
Blocked by the catcher, and both runners are going to advance. On the wild pitch. So now you have runners on second and third. 2 outs in the inning. A 3-1 count.
Dom just yanked that one. He didn't spike it. Just held on to it a little bit too long.
Well, first base open now. A walk might not be the worst thing. But he's going to pitch to him, and this is going to be hit up the middle and get by the shortstop. Here's 1 run in. Second run being waved around, and he will score as well. And that is a 2 RBI single for Lowell as Jacob Flynn knocks in 2. And it's a 4-2 game.
There's a funky hop past Dossis.
Cloutier and Saucy score. Saucy. And that'll bring up Andrew Chenevert, who takes a ball. One and 0. Wind up and the pitch. Down low.
Dom's pitch count's really rising this inning.
Certainly is. He deals. And this is hit in the air over to center field. That'll get down for a hit. And it'll be runners on first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Tyler Normandy.
Looks like they're going to pinch hit for Forrest. They got number 7 on deck.
Nope, he's on. Oh, you were correct.
Of course.
Down low.
Jimenez O'Neill. Or Jimenez O'Neill.
Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. 1 and 1. Kavanaugh looks at second and delivers. And this is up the left side and handled by the third baseman. Steps on the third base bag for the force out. But Lowell does plate a pair, and it's a 4-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 5th on HCAN, WACA TV in Ashland, and HCAT. Bottom of the fifth inning, 6, 7, and 8 due up, 4-post 77. Colin Cowan will step in. Luke Deschanel still out there for his fifth inning of work. He's up to 68 pitches so far. And that's fouled away. 0-1. Cowan has flown out and has a sacrifice RBI flyout. Scored the second run of the game back in the bottom of the third. And he gets a piece of this one left side, and that'll go into left field for a leadoff hit.
Now Coach Obid has got some speed on the bases. It's fortunate he was hitting in front of Dawson, who doesn't have much speed. Dawson from Assabet Valley Tech. Got a waiver to play for post 77.
Dawson puts this one in the air. It is foul territory and caught by the catcher.
He's going to be a real good catcher, that kid Penn. Almost overran it.
One away, Luke Herder will step in.
I got a feeling Coach Obid's going to cut Cowan loose.
Checking out first, runner back safe. Grabs the outer corner for a strike.
Calabrese on deck.
Checking out first, runner back safe.
I think Lowell smells something.
Down low. 1-1 count. And this is ripped up the middle, and it's going to go off the glove of the shortstop, and no play will be made. That ball was just absolutely tattooed by Herder. Got to give that a hit. Cowan up to second.
I know, you're very generous. That ball was scorched.
I don't think there's a whole lot of shortstops that could have made that play. It looks like we might have a pitching change coming up here.
That ball exploded at Dela Cruz's feet.
The Lowell coach will indeed take the ball. Pretty good outing by Luke Deschanel.
It's all right.
And we'll have a new pitcher for Lowell. We'll fill you in on who that is when we come back. We're in the bottom of the fifth, post 77, leading Lowell 4-2 on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAT. Continuing on in the bottom of the fifth, new pitcher is Kyle Frechette. Second pitcher of the game for Lowell. As Nick Calabrese steps in with a pair on base and only one out. And he hits this one high in the air towards shallow center field, and it's dropped by the shortstop. Throw to third, and they do get the out at third.
Would you have called that an infield fly?
Well, it was out of the infield, wasn't it?
It can be.
It has to be ordinary effort, and that was not ordinary effort.
Wow. Are you a mind reader now?
Not ordinary effort.
Okay.
So Calabrese reaches on the 6-5 fielder's choice as Dushney steps in.
Well, they do have speed on the base paths and a good contact man at the plate. See what Frechette will do.
Time called.
Really like this catcher. He's taking control of the game.
Dashino for Lowell went 4 1/3 of an inning, giving up 10 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, had 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Frechette set to deliver. Down low. 1-0.
That pitch just reminded me of a MLB pitcher. Just can't think of his name right now.
Breaking pitch outside, 2-0.
That guy.
Yeah. That guy. What number was that guy? 23?
Yeah. Who's on first?
Wind up and the pitch. Outside, 3-0. Tom Nappy, Larry Sacklad, Steve Watson here at the Zone 5 Chairman's Cup Tournament.
At Riverside Park in beautiful Hudson, Massachusetts.
It's a great facility here. I enjoy it. 3-1 the count. Takes a strike.
It's all right.
It's a nice field.
We'll just have to disagree.
That's fouled off.
I like Mahan Field.
Well, I like Mahan Field too, but this isn't too bad at all over here.
Much better ambiance at Mahan Field. And they got a press box.
Which unfortunately we weren't able to use.
That's a COVID issue.
Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. And a big out there to wrap up the inning. So a nice job by Frechette coming into the game and getting out of the jam with no harm done. And we will head to the top of the sixth with Ashland leading Lowell 4-2 on HCAM, WACA TV, and Ashland and HCAT in Holliston.
Top of the 6th inning. It's like we got a pinch hitter. If you're Jimenez O'Neill, according to the information you gave me, Tom, you said they're all the wrong numbers, so we'll just call this kid Jimenez O'Neill. Dom Kavanaugh gets a strike call. 88 pitches to start the inning. I can't read that. Ben Custovus fouls one right off his shin. Ouch. Ooh, that hurt me. Dom ahead. Quickly 0-2. Game moving along at a pretty quick pace. Doesn't look like the infielders are bored.
Don't jinx it, Larry.
What's that? I'm sorry?
Don't jinx it.
There's this called strike 3. See you later. There's a seat waiting for you. Maybe a menu if you're lucky.
What's on it, though?
I don't know, but I think that was Jimenez O'Neill. He's going to get the strikeout. Ben Custovus. Ball in the dirt. He pitch hit for Forrest Nelson, so it's Pat Crowley. If I'm keeping my scorebook correct. Jake Obad's got to be mindful of the pitch count. There's a strike called.
Yeah, Jake does, and so does Dom, so it's imperative to throw strikes here.
Absolutely.
No waste pitches. Pound the zone.
Seems like every strike call he's getting, it's in the outside corner.
Yeah, it seems that way, and that's a good place to live on the outside corner.
What would X say? He's painting.
Yes, he'll be painting the corners.
Well, catchers are wearing those tools of ignorance to protect themselves. So are the umpires, for that matter.
Yeah, the two most hazardous jobs out there, catcher and umpire, home plate umpire.
I'd like them to import Tom Hallion for a Legion game just once. Foul ball up the first base line.
Well, if you want that, Larry, you'll just have to call up Joe Torre. Just ask him.
Yeah, well, Joe and I sit around having a little antipasto. I'll say, hey, do me a favor. A favor is a favor. Gavin out of the plate. Check swing. Peel the first. There's a walk by Pat Crowley. Colin Alsonart. Going to try and make something happen. Looks like Crowley's got a little speed and a little lead. Got a decent secondary lead over there at first base. See if Herder picked that up. That's going to be caught by Sammy Farrell. Anything near him gets caught.
Yep. Good poke, though, right there.
Yeah, it was, but he's like one of those mosquito killers that zap things. You get the ball near him or Calabrese.
Good thing for bug spray, because there are a lot of bugs up here, as Mr. Nappy can attest to.
Yes, well, those blood-sucking. Who invented them anyway?
Not I.
Not I. Not I, said the cat. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Going to be foul. Harper Susie. The 9-hitter. If he can get on, Jeremy Della De La Cruz, the shortstop, waiting on deck. Oh, wow.
Too far in.
Yeah. Dom didn't like it, though. His body language said, got to give that to me.
Nope, too far in.
Strike him out, throw him out. And that's going to end the top of the 6th inning with Ashland post 77 on top of Lowell post 87. You are watching American Legion Commissioner's Cup live on WACA Ashland, HCAT Holliston, and HCAM Hopkinton. That's what it is.
Very good.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Sam Farrell going to lead things off. Wearing 51 tonight, not 15 or not 10. He's got 3 sets of uniforms for those of you at home that are interested.
3 sets.
Yeah. Grays, blues, and whatever color this thing is called. Ball in the outside corner. It's tempting not to leap at that pitch. It's coming in so slow. There's a strike called. Well, since this could be one of his last televised games, we'll nickname him the Blur for his speed. Ladies loved his, they made several comments from the bleachers. Dom Cavanaugh and Sam Farrell, favorites of the ladies. There's a called strike.
Fan favorites in general, really.
Yeah, well, I like the way they play. But it's Dom's hair, and it gets a lot of praise. And there's a swing and a miss. Just floated one up there.
Yep, just took something off it, and he waved at it. First out of the 6th.
He didn't get gassed, is what you're trying to say.
Yes. Bingo.
That was not a Aroldis Chapman fastball.
No.
There's a ground ball over towards the second baseman up the middle, and that's going to be an infield hit for Matt Neal. He's been on 3 times tonight. Triple. Oh, he's one hit. He's a home run away from a cycle. Speaking of Dom Cavanaugh and hair, if I haven't mixed up no, that's Dom. Usually see his dad pacing around. He could be on the third base side, though. Got to watch those cagey lefties in their pickoff moves. That's going to move the runner up. I'd have to give him a wild pitch if I'm scoring.
That did bounce, so I would tend to agree with you on that one.
Yep, Pin had no chance. Pin had no shot at that. So it's the same thing as a bunt. Now post 77 has a runner in scoring position. That's it, Dom. You take control of the box. You pitch when I say you can pitch. There's a free pass for Dom Cavanaugh.
That's the third time.
Yep.
Been hit twice, a walk, so 3 free passes.
Yeah, and that puts the force play on Larry Tang from Hopkinton. Takes a ball, blocked by Pin.
I believe we were here, 2 years ago, and Tang hit the fence on the fly, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't think it quite hit that, but you can go back in the YouTube archives.
I mean, it looked pretty close. Regardless, it was a shot.
Yep, it was his first hit as a post 77 player. I think he was 15 at the time. And Dom Cavanaugh had done the same thing previous. Oh, you got to watch out, Larry. He's going to Belmont Hill. This is his third season with post 77. He's got another 2 more.
So it'll be a rare 5-year player.
Yeah, he will be. And that's going to be a free pass for Tang. He got off the bench and didn't even swing the bat.
Didn't need to.
Time is called. Frechette just doesn't have a fastball in his repertoire. He's a Bill Lee type of pitcher.
Spaceman.
A nibbler. How's that? The home plate umpire is going to go out and see what's happening. Pirouettes back to his place behind the plate.
You're going to have a pinch runner here.
Could that be a Dennison pitch running?
I believe it is. In for Mr. Tang.
Must be Andrew Dennison. Louis, the elder brother. It's ball high. Infield in for Lowell. Bases juice. Ball outside. Frechette has got to come in with something. It's one. What would you say he's up to, about low 70s?
Perhaps.
His velocity? That was maybe high 50s. Counts 31. 3-1 here.
There's nowhere to put him.
Now, you can't be, as Eckersley would say, a pair of shoes here.
Swing away.
Swing away or
Swing away.
jump at it, and that'll score the run. Give the RBI to Cowan. And that pads Post 77's lead. Lowell's got 3 outs remaining in their season. Foul ball out of play to the right. Tyler Doss going to see if he can atone for that little faux pas at shortstop. I think something got a little funky there, that he thought Kavanaugh was going to get the ball, and there's a foul ball to the right. Steve, when that ball kind of went past Kavanaugh, Dawson went for it. I thought it may have changed direction, and that's why he missed it. Ball high. What'd you think?
It may have caught something out there that we didn't see from here. It's possible, even if it just catches a small little pebble.
Because it looked like Kavanaugh was going to snag it. This is a foul ball down the right field line. Out of play. Doss is putting up a little fight with Frechette. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom 6. There's a little ground ball to the home plate. Pin picks it up. Doubles up. Dawsis. 1, 2, 3 if you're scoring at home. At the end of 6 innings, it is Post 77, 3, 5, excuse me.
Same thing.
Yeah, 5-3 kind of looks the same on the scoreboard. And Lowell, Post 87, 2. You're watching Ashland Legion Baseball live on WACA. Ashland, HCAT, Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton.
We are set for the top of the 7th. Well, down to their final 3 outs. 8, 9, and 1 due up. Excuse me, 9, 1, and 2 due up as Harper Sousey steps in. face Tom Cavanaugh, trying to go the distance. He's pitched 6 two-run innings so far, and he delivers that one slightly outside, 1-0. Lined up and the pitch. And inside, 2-0. It'll be interesting to see how long the leash is with Cavanaugh in this 7th inning. He had to throw a good amount of pitches the last couple of innings. Leg lift and the pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. Saucy, De La Cruz, and Cloutier due up. And this is hit in the air, foul out of play, 2-2. Cavanaugh gets the sign he likes and is set to deal. That's foul just behind us. Count remains 2-2. Well, that was quite a double play by Lowell to get out of the bottom of the 6th.
Look at a 1-2-3.
Ooh, and he strikes out. It falls out of the catcher's glove. They call him out, 1 away. That'll bring up De La Cruz.
And this might be a pitch count issue here. I know he didn't have many left, so we'll see what Jake does.
Doesn't look like he's taking the ball for the moment. He's going to leave him in.
All right, then.
Yeah, what's the rule, 105, 110? I believe it's 110.
When I was helping run the state tournament a few years ago, it was 105, but it may have changed since then.
You could be right. We'll go with 105.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's 105.
That one a little low.
And I believe back then it was only for tournament games, not for all games.
I believe now it's for all games.
I think you're right, Tom.
I believe it's 105 or 110 per every 4 days.
Yes.
Here's the 1-1. Down low.
And not too long ago, there was no pitch count in Legion.
Yep. And I think even with that, coaches for the most part weren't overworking guys too much, but they just wanted some kind of standard to make sure that no one was being too overworked as it's fouled behind us. 2-2.
I think the most that I saw was Wachusett against Milford. The kid named Connor Gill threw 150 pitches.
Unless you're a knuckleballer,
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
too many.
150 is a lot.
Here's the 2-2. And this is hit in the air, right side, and it is caught for the out. 2 away, Lowell down to their final out.
All right, here comes Jake again, so now he'll have to pull out Cavanaugh.
So they'll bring in someone else to face the last batter. And we will let you know who it is when we come back. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Ashland leading Lowell 5-2 in this Commissioner's Cup tournament game on HCAM, WACA TV, and HCAT. 107 pitches for Dom Kavanaugh, and now Max Dushny in to try to finish out the game with 2 outs in the 7th. Ryan Cloutier at the plate. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count. Kavanaugh went 6 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs. Nice breaking pitch. Both runs were earned, had 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. A great outing by Dom Kavanaugh. One of his better outings of the season. Here's the 0-2. Down low. Post 77 trying to advance to the zone championship in this Commissioners Tournament. And by doing that, since it was Natick who will be the other team, and Natick automatically qualifies, Ashland will get an invite for the state portion as that's fouled away. There'll be 2 representatives from Zone 5. That's if Ashland's able to finish off this game, of course. And Luke Herder wants a word with Dushny. Cloutier steps back in, facing a 2-2 count. Breaking pitch, and he got him. He's going to try to run it out, throw to first. Not a problem. And that is going to be the ball game. Ashland post 77 is going to take down Lowell by a final score of 5-2 and advance on to the Zone 5 championship game in this Commissioners Championship Tournament. And that was a good all-around performance, I'd say, by post 77, Steve. They got the bats going. The pitching was excellent, and the fielding was nearly flawless.
Yeah, sure was some very timely hits. They stranded 5 early, but they were able to play some runs. Pitching and fielding were fantastic in this game, and they're on to the Zone 5 championship game tomorrow night.
Well, we wish the best luck to Lowell as their season comes to an end at 6-9, post 77, now 14-4, and advancing on in the Commissioners Tournament to the championship game. Lowell scores 2 runs on 4 hits, committing 2 errors. Ashland 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. A terrific performance by Dom Kavanaugh on the hill, and a great performance by Matt Neal with the bat, who went 3 for 4. Scoring 2 runs and driving in 2. And that is going to do it from Riverside Park here tonight. The final score for the final time. Ashland, post 77, takes down Lowell by a final score of 5-2. For our crew tonight, Larry Sacklad and Steve Watson, I'm Tom Nappy, and this has been Ashland Legion Baseball on HCAM in Hopkinton, WACA TV and Ashland, and HCAT in Holliston. The final score for the final time. Ashland takes down Lowell 5-2 to advance on to the zone finals in the Commissioners Cup Tournament. We thank everyone out there for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.